Hello. My name's Brian Knight and I live near Melbourne in Australia. It's just turned 5 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday for me. Yesterday was a public holiday, and yes, I did sleep in. So that's why you didn't see us yesterday. Sorry about that. Um, how are you, Tom?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. Yeah, it's pretty cold over the weekend. It was frosty in the morning, frozen and stuff.
I was
Uh,
just gonna say it must be cold there. You're in your heavy jacket.
yeah. I'm sort of trying to keep warm this morning. Well, I've got the fire going, so I don't know what that is in temperature. It's like I've got 20 degrees or something inside the house, but it's only like 3 degrees outside. This is Celsius, so
Wow.
that's a different. I have to look at what that. I've normally got a thermometer, but it's in the bedroom actually, which has got Fahrenheit on it. Um, anyway, sorry, I don't can't remember what the
That's all right.
conversion is.
It's cold.
Well, zero is freezing for us.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm saying.
and that's
It's cold.
32 for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it must be about 34, 35 or something like that
Yeah.
outside. But inside's 20. It's all comfortable anyway. So I've got the wood fire going and heats the whole house. That's a big thing. Right. Yeah. Let's just share this to start with. And then we'll just have a look at how the market pushed around on non-farm payroll. And so this is just a welcome to this analysis session. There's a full risk disclosure and a little bit about us as live session traders here. So, right, let's go across and have a look. I haven't had a lot of time. We had our one of our daughters and her partner. They came for the weekend, for the long weekend, and so we were just all over the place. I didn't really get to do too much at all on the charts, if that makes any sense. We went
Yeah.
out and
I
cut.
hope you had a good time with your family.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, post the birthday week. So yeah, so here's our chart. So I'll just go to the daily. Let's go to ACAD. This is probably the only one I've got sort of set up properly, well, relatively properly. Just have a look and see here. So, so looking at a long-term perspective on this, or longer term, here we go. Just open that up a bit. There you go. So that's 2023. That's the high, that's the low. It's where it started out and where it finished up, and where this year, which is this pink box here, we'll try and make it a little bit up. There we go.
That's at the 50% line of the year before, right?
Correct. Correct.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So um, there's also from where is that? Only from February do I have the Tuesday boxes in. I've only got the last month um, in, so the May month as such. I don't know whether I'll do. I don't know whether I'll do the other months. We'll just see. But certainly since where we got September last year, it has basically been in an uptrend. Mm. There were lots of red triangles up here. This is on the daily. There were some green triangles down here. We don't have any triangles. We have another red one here, but we have no other sort of green on the settings that we have, no other green triangles, and it's not outside of the rail. Okay. There is a fib on there that we've got, but we'll have a look at that down at the 2 hour. So go there now. This is 2 hour here. And basically this poked out of the fib. Oh, initially anyway. Now look what it did. It came down to the 786, and then push back up again from that low. But it could actually be, we could have put it a bit lower down to here, really. But that's the Tuesday box there, but hate to there. It still sort of came down 71, 78.6 and then pulled back up. That was non-farm payroll, right? Now, the one thing I haven't done, which I should do, is move this. There. That is where the week ended, and this candle here is the start of the week. Right, you see it push down, back up again. So probably, and then it basically has gone in a push back up. But that was non-farm payroll there, and that moved roughly 56 pips, right? Not enormous, but it did. And then it kept pushing down to the end of the sort of week, and then it's pushed back up again. Now, where the question is, where is this going to go? All right. Now, Tom, you wanted it to break down, which it did, came down to here. You wanted it to break down or break it up to get direction. Correct?
Yes.
So what's your thoughts now? Yep. Look at that.
It hasn't. It hasn't broke up or broke down. It's still right in the middle. All it did was sweep the highs and sweep the lows.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? It came up here, went down here, and now come back into the middle.
Man, I'm still waiting.
Yeah. It did.
Although I do think we're on an uptrend. I do think it's going to buy eventually.
I'm
really what I'm waiting for is for a pullback. I want it to push up and do a small pullback here.
Yeah.
And then do a continuational push. That's what I'm really looking for.
Yeah, that's
but
what
has it done? But has it done what I wanted thus far? No, it's been what, 26 days?
Yeah, from back here. Yeah,
I am in no rush with this pair.
No, you're right. It's been really quite interesting. I was going to stick my neck out, but I'll do it now that you have already, so it's good. I still think this will buy. I thought that was the indication. I think I said this at the end of the week that it was going to push out of the Tuesday box, push up, pull back, and then start pushing back up. But non-farm payroll came in, pushed it back down. So I had
I was expecting non-farm payroll to push us in a direction.
Yeah.
And it just didn't.
No, it came back into this safe area, didn't it, down here?
Yeah.
The 18th, I think it is, if I am correct. I think the 18th is when there's an RBA rate decision. And also, too, last week, there was a lowering of the interest rate in Canada.
Was that an actual interest rate lowering?
Yeah, here you can see the news here. Bank of Canada cuts rates as inflation settles into target range. CAD weakens. So, and the Eurozone also lowered their interest rate by quarter percent. So we've got two areas now. We've got Europe without Switzerland, but we've got Europe as a Eurozone have all lowered their interest rate. And you've got Canada that's lowered its interest rate. You got Japan, though, that is looking at raising their interest rate. And then you've got US, UK, Australia, and New Zealand yet to lower interest rates. right? So, and it looks like Australia will potentially, with all of it, potentially be the last one to lower its interest rates. So I'm looking for US and UK from interest lowering perspective. So what you would what I would perceive is an AUD strengthening over time. So that's why if we go back to the daily, what I'm looking at is this Aussie dollar to keep creeping up and come up somewhere into this zone here before it drops off. Because where am I? If I put a fib from the high here to the low, which is last year, we still are not at the 61.8. We've still got further to move up. Yeah. And could even go to 786 or a bit further before we start to get a sell-off. So I'm looking for a buy direction longer term. We're talking a year type longer term. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
6 months at least. So if we go back now to the 2 hour, could be 2 hour, 4 hour, whatever it is, you'll also see from that fib, from, no, we've got to go down further here. From Tom's bullet, sorry. I got to, that's not it. I think Elliott wave, that's what I'm trying to think of the word. So from Elliott wave, XAB, well, it's not an expert for XABC, that's the C zone up here. We do have that is the monthly move. So it pushed up, came back, it pushed up a little bit higher. So this month we have a slightly higher as well as a year.
We just swept liquidity
from over to the left.
No. See where your yellow box is?
Yes.
The top of your yellow box?
Yeah, just in the top there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then see your red triangle over there? It just slightly beat it.
Well, yes,
yeah, that candle.
Correct. Well, that one there went to the top. This one then took it out.
Yeah, so that just swept all the liquidity that was up here.
Up at the top of the box.
So that's why I'm looking for a pullback here because it failed to break the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And it pushed up to now go higher.
Well, okay. Would you not say though that this non-paying payroll was the pullback, the sell to then do the buy and break the high?
Yes.
Okay, right.
Yeah, that's why I'm just waiting for a little pullback right here to fail to break this bottom and then get in.
Yeah, because we'll have a Tuesday box and then we'll look at it taking off. Now the only things that I have though that we're looking potentially in future, but this is not necessarily consideration now. There is a Tuesday box gap here in there. There is liquidity down the bottom here. So I think eventually it's going to break this low. Eventually, but I still think it's in the uptrend. All right, so that's where I am with that one. I won't put I don't think I'll put the monthly box in until I actually get the month, or do you do it and then start stretching it out?
I start stretching it out because I start looking at the highs and lows.
Yeah.
Where am I in the month? Because those boxes, if you even look on last month's box, even though it was on the high side, the high 50% side, the last remaining month,
Mm-hmm.
it would have kept you out of all those bad trades. See all the boxes, how they really didn't move?
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for it to go from the bottom up down over here where the box took off. I'm
Yeah.
waiting for this box to complete, which it just did. Now the new box is starting. So I'm looking at this going, okay, well, where does it go to have to complete? It has to go to the C box. Well, when it's
Mm-hmm.
done with the C box, where does it have to go? It has to go
Mm-hmm.
back down here and take out that uh, the bar of liquidity you got in there. Yeah.
Oh, down here.
So
Yeah.
it's got to go one of two places,
Mm-hmm.
either up there or down there. That's why I'm waiting for Tuesday to come, because I'll look at what it's doing as it comes out of the meat grinder
Yeah, that's right. At the
into the
meat grinder,
market.
yeah.
If
Yeah,
it
yeah.
shoots up really hard, pow, and it hits that C and then turns, I'm selling it all the way back down to this bar.
Yeah.
If it
Okay.
spikes down here and just taps this bar and takes off again, I'm buying it all the way up to the C.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I just got to wait to see what it's doing. It hasn't
Yeah.
decided yet. It's still on the high side of the 50% of the month. I'm
Yeah.
looking for it to get down to the bottom 50% of this month that just formed, because nothing ever went down there. It never touched.
Mm.
You see what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, no, it never did. That's right.
Right. So it's just hovering here. So something big is going to have to happen for this to move to get both to that C box and back to these liquidity bars down below. And you have major news events coming up.
Mm. Mm. Probably not till next week though.
Right. And the nice thing about the 2 hour time frame is you're really not missing any moves because you're
No.
just letting things play out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want the big move down. If this takes 3 weeks to come across, still coming across, and the month passes and now we're just getting down to this box, you know, it's just a slow curve. But how often do you get those slow curves? You usually get spikes. Well, if
Mm-mm.
we're at the peak, if this is the peak now, that's the high because it just swept this small little bit of liquidity in the month
Mm-mm.
before, then it should
Mm-mm.
be pushing down, right? Should be, but it's not. It's still pushing up, which
Mm.
which kind of tells me we're going to push up first,
Yeah.
sweep all this
Mm.
liquidity, make a new high, and then start to pull back down.
Yeah. I think there's a lot more high to. Oh,
Yeah, kind of like this here, right here in the
oh,
center. You
yeah,
see
come
where
up
that
here
you
where it's
see,
sideways, yeah, and then dropped off on that Tuesday.
yeah, like right here where it did between the green arrow at the bottom and the B.
Yeah.
So this section right here, if you'll notice, all these boxes are kind of intermingled for quite a long time, and then
Yeah.
it
Then
takes
comes
off,
up there. Yeah. Yeah.
only to come all the way back to the bottom to take
Yeah.
out that bottom box to your left.
Yeah. 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 This one down here.
Yeah, that it had previously missed.
Mm.
So it's like that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for substantial moves. This sideways stuff keeps
Yeah.
me out
It's
of bad
rubbish,
trades.
isn't it? Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like
It's
I'm missing anything. It just hasn't produced a direction.
so and so Tom preempting that move either buy or sell along, like bigger sort of push is difficult to preempt though.
Mm-hmm.
So are you waiting for that move, then the pullback, then enter? Is that what your strategy?
Well, yes and no, because for example, you could pick anywhere this turned, any red to green, red to green, red to green,
Yeah,
red to
yeah,
green.
yeah, yeah.
Every time they're on one side or another, when they're crossing, there's almost always a pullback. before
Yeah.
it pushes further up or
Correct.
down,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know? So the fact it's stuck here in the middle somewhere, I'm going to look for the first time it changes as you would see it as red
You mean on the trend bar?
on the trend bar. So it's going to
Yeah.
turn red and then it's going to pull back. And then that's when I would consider getting in on the short. But if it stays up here and breaks this high, then it's very possible we're still going up.
Yeah. I think we're still going up. So
And if that's the case, it's going to have to push up, pull back and test this high, and then continue up.
mm-hmm.
So either way, I'm looking for a pullback.
Mm-hmm.
I just think personally it's going to go up first.
Yeah.
Just to show the dominance of, yeah, we're still going up, but we're going to come back down here, not break this bottom, but pick up all this money down here.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. But, like that, even from there or here, like this is where this 18th of April, that's, up to where it started to play around is sort of, that's 1 month. That's, sort of middle of the month to middle of the month in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just been going sideways for like middle of the month to nearly middle of the month.
Right. So if I've done several of these boxes, these monthly boxes on mine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting because if you go back and you just load all the 30-day boxes in, you'll notice that they kind of run in patterns. Like they'll go from June, starting at the bottom, to
Oh, yeah.
July to
Yeah.
hit
Yeah.
the top. But if you
Yeah.
go back further, like September and November of last year, you'll find that the months are changing like halfway down the push.
Mm.
And then they push halfway in that month and bounce up again. So
Yeah.
they come in cycles.
Mm.
I've noticed that when they're
Yeah.
coming
There's
in
no
cycles,
there's
they
no
tend to
definite
repeat.
Yeah, there's no definite pattern, is there, Tom? It does cycle differently at different stages of the trading year, month, whatever,
Right,
week.
exactly. So to me, it's kind of like, well, where are we in this month? You
Yeah.
know, so last month we were on the high. The month before that we were on a low.
Mm.
So now is this going to be another new high? If so, it just made it. Or is this
Yeah.
going to come down and fail to break this low down here?
Yeah.
And then we're going to get it turned again in another month.
Mm.
That's why I'm saying when I set these boxes in places for this month, I know I got 5 weeks. 5 weeks. I'm not in a rush.
Mm. Yeah, I suppose my question was more pointed about, for me anyway, like you could travel along the currency pair here at the moment, and it's about choosing a direction, right? A longer term direction. We're talking for the next whatever number of months or whatever it is. Maybe not till anyway, whenever, and being able to have an entry point for that to trigger, or it's waiting for a move to break high or low. Because in actual fact, if I'm just coming here a bit closer here. In actual fact, if we just look at it, I can't do it. Yeah, the last month. Okay, so it came out. I've got to go down just a little bit for it. Oh no, a lot more. Ooh, there we go. It's hard to see now. It came out of the start of the month, out of the Tuesday box, basically start of the month. There really is nothing below it. Pushed up, did the next Tuesday, put a little bit of liquidity above it. Went across the next, took out that liquidity, pushed back up, made a new high, came back down, did this box, pull back, did this box, came out of the month, pushed back up, matched out the month, right? That there matched it out, came in the Tuesday box, then broke the high. Okay. So it has broken the high for the month. So this was like, oh, okay. So it's going to do a pullback, which it did, and then we're going to potentially go higher. So for me would be to set a buy stop above that high, but when it comes up and breaks the high, non-farm payroll comes in, it comes up, doesn't break that high, doesn't trigger in, and then just drops out the bottom, and in actual fact breaks these lows here. So you got 3, 1, 2, 3, breaks, come back, matches it, pulls up a bit, and then drops back out again at the start of the week, and then pulls back up. So in actual fact, here and here did break previous highs and previous lows from the last, I don't know, 3, 4 weeks. That's what I'm seeing.
Me too.
And I still feel that this will come up and break this high. So, and then do a pullback, and then, but what I'm looking at is it doesn't really want to break down. Well, it could do it. It could just come back because we've broken the high, it comes back, breaks the low, pulls up. If it doesn't break this high, it's more likely it's going to keep going down. More likely. So I'm just using that term very, very generic. But the point is, if it's going to move in a longer range with trend, in a trend, my question to you was, when do you capture the part of that move, which I suppose, say, for example, this is going to come up, break the high, pull back a bit, and then keep going up, take out the C, and even go further, right? We'll say, where is it? It'll go up to this 786, longer term, right up here, because I think that's where it's going to go, up here. Right?
Okay.
So the only way to capture that is to, when it breaks out of this high, have a buy stop in place. And yes, there'll be some drawdown because we'll pull back a bit and then push back up. The other thing is like, well, is this going to push up and then come back down? You've got to pick one way or the other. I think it's simple as that. And for me, I think this will push up, it'll pull back here, it'll push back up, break the high, pull back, and then potentially keep going up. That's but hey, you could be in it for ages too. You never know. So
but you're fairly confident you're going to break that top.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why don't you get in it now?
Because it's going to do a pullback.
Yeah, but you're not expecting it to break the bottom, are you?
No, correct. Yeah. You have that without a sell, with a stop loss down there. Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's fair enough. But I wouldn't do it right now because it's market is going to change over into from New York to Sydney. We're going to have spreads crazy. Again, it's not a time to put a trade on. And probably when Sydney opens, that's when we're going to get the pullback anyway. So yeah, that's not a bad way of looking at it. Sort of saying. All right, well, that's AUD CAD, and you're right. It's just been going crazy, but sideways. But it's the breaking high and the low from there. AUD CHF. Let's just go down a few of them. I'll need to go in about about half an hour. I've got to go and get ready stuff. So here we go. I'll just move this. Ooh. There. That's where market closed. And then it pushed down a little bit. Now it's pushing back up again. But if you look at it, and I think on the daily, I don't know if Darren, like we've got the imbalance down here for the Tuesday, which it could quite easily, come into Tuesday, push down and take that out. And then we've got all of this imbalance down here. I think that's between those Tuesdays and, oh, I haven't done that. I'll need to change that. So that's imbalance down the bottom. That's a Tuesday gap. That's a Tuesday gap. Look at it. And if we go to the daily, it came out. We got the triangle, got a short. I don't know if Darren got onto this here at the short, but the settings I have, it hasn't come to the other side of the rail as yet. And it may not, because you can see here it doesn't, but we'll just see. We've got no green. We've still got on the daily, the trend bar is still the red. And still look at it selling to come out into this sort of potentially uncomfortable area there. But you can see the spike come out here and then push back up at that point. I'm not saying it will do that, but it looks like yeah. So that's on the daily. So the trend is still sell, but unless you got into somewhere up here, this trend is potentially completed. Yeah. So where are you at with this one, Tom?
I'm looking for buys.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because of this.
I'm looking for it to come above that C box.
Oh, right. You're looking for it to push back up here and then potentially
look at
sell
that big
back.
gap right there.
Yeah, I know.
That's your Tuesday gap.
Not one here.
That's old.
I know, but it's still in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's some bad editing going on here.
Yeah. So you slide it over
And there's a
and
little
down.
gap in here too.
No, you just slide the box you just made
Yeah.
from down there to the top of the Tuesday box it just created.
You reckon to there?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's two. You've got because you got that to that, even though there's a Tuesday box there, you still enlarge it, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, because I would just do one there and then another one there.
No, because all this price between the two boxes you just moved that bar to, the prices in there
Yeah,
are before the box behind it.
before this box.
Yeah, you see the price it just created where it turned the line red?
Yes, we're turning on red. Yep.
All that price in there now has to be taken with a yellow box. The one behind that bar
Yeah.
no longer matters.
Okay.
That's going to be taken eventually because it's got to come back for this.
Yeah, for that whole. Yeah. Okay. And
So I'm looking for it to be over the top of the C box.
yeah, okay. To go back up over the top of the C box.
Yes, and create a new high. Because if you shrink this down, you'll see that we're on a major um, trend line.
Mhm.
It's bouncing off the trend line right here.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for this to do, a push, a pull, a push, a pull. This is going to turn green, push up above that C, and then I'm buying it, letting it go back up to make a new high.
You're saying the trend line from here up. That sort of trend.
Further than that, go watch your daily.
Oh, yeah. No.
Shrink that down. Keep shrinking it. Yeah, see, this trend line goes way back.
There's nothing down there.
I have mine starting at Wednesday, 31st, January 24.
Yeah, down here. That's right.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, it's hard to read your screen.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Yeah, I think it's
So if you draw a big trend line there, it's tapping into the trend line
yeah,
right now.
yeah.
So that's why I'm saying it's either going to make a new high for the year, which means this is most likely to do a pullback. And if it breaks this high, we're still going up. But if it does a
Yeah.
pullback, fails, then I'm looking at it to come way back down, back to the beginning of the year, last year, at the bottom, somewhere,
Hmm.
probably around that long down there.
Yeah, down here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So if you look at it, this is either like, can you go to your left a little bit?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
So you see where it says short right there, where your 2 years are touching
Yeah,
to your
yeah.
left?
Yeah, yeah, just here. Yeah.
Yeah, right there. I'm looking at this as, is this a pullback down, 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 and then we're going to get a further push up? Or is this a bigger push down, like up to your left, where it pushes down, pulls back
Yeah,
up, fails, and then really drops?
yeah.
So because of the trend line, I'm letting it decide what it's going to do right now. That's why I'm not worried about getting into this trade. If it goes above that C, I'm assuming we're going back up. If it stays below that C and just comes back, tests it, and takes off, then I'm going to sell it on the way down. But it's got to convince me one way or another.
Hmm.
We
Well,
may
at the
be
moment,
we we may be weeks out before we even get a trade out of this.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's looking like it's continuing to sell at the moment. We've got this pullback up in the last day, but that doesn't mean a real lot. It's had a pullback there, then drops back, then pull back up. We could have more sell. I still think there's more sell in it to come out of the rail to give us a green triangle before it'll go back up. But it could at this point start to go back up too. I mean, it doesn't mean it doesn't have to have a green triangle. We have a red triangle out here. Rightio. No worries. It seems that if you look at it like this from a 2 hour time, like that was considerable drop, little pullback, drop, and now it's sort of like slowing up, isn't it? It's like it's not, it doesn't have the force that it did pushing down. Doesn't mean it won't push further down. I just think that it's not necessarily got that intention to really push a lot harder. We'll see. The Swiss franc is still on the 2 hour, still quite strong, but on the daily, it's actually not that strong. So,
Yeah,
and we're
you're
stuck.
already getting a solid push
What do you mean? At the moment?
where it's at now. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, look at those candles. Those candles are just pushing.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. But it
So
hasn't broken the
all I'm
high.
waiting for is the market to switch over at 4 o'clock, start looking at trades at 6.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. It's coming, which I don't think it'll make a lot of difference.
What's that?
This news, the consumer confidence stuff this week, there's nothing, I can't see any other bigger news coming this week's not that much.
Oh, and it's at 6:30 p.m. tonight. Look at that.
This one, yeah. So I don't know. I don't think it'll make a lot of difference. There's not a lot coming up. And I think I don't have the 14. I think it was 50. No, yeah, it only goes to the end of the week. Okay. Yeah, because I think it's the following week that we have the rate news. But certainly the Swiss franc has strengthened up in relation to all the currency pairs on the lower time frame anyway. Okay, AUD JPY. So probably only get to look at the AUDs here this morning or today. Well, hopefully for Darren's sake, it did that push down, pull back up again. Just this non-farm payroll didn't do too much. A little bit of movement before. We have a Tuesday gap down here. It took all that out. That was nice. It looks like it's on the way down. So let's see what happens when it comes into the Tuesday. We get that sellout. I'll be into potentially a sell on this. It's interesting because on the daily, we come back to the daily. It actually gave it's pretty. It's got triangle, it's got a short, it's pushed down, done a doji, pushed down, pushed back up, right? There is so much like imbalance down here. That one I need to change. So there's just liquidity down here. I think that's liquidity, yeah. There's a C box gap there. Yeah, C box gap there. And there's a gap further up here as well. And there as well. It looks like it's starting to come back down. And for Darren's sake, that would be pretty good, wouldn't it? To come to the outside of the rail over here. Let's see on the daily anyway. on the 2 hour. It did a big drop there, and then it's pulled back up to the top of it, and it's pulled back down here. So we'll just see what happens on this Tuesday box. That's where I can potentially make a decision on that, because if it comes up and breaks the high, you can see where it's come back here and like bounce, whole lot of bounces around the top of that, the last Tuesday box, and then dropped off for non-payroll, payroll, and then it's pushed back up again, just like the ACAD did. Yeah. You're not committing to anything on here, Tom?
Well, I do think it's going to sell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, I think it's still got more to go up.
To break the high?
It's not going to break that high.
No.
It's going to take out. It's going to take out the Tuesday. See the tops and the bottoms. Tuesday box above it. I think it's going to cover that Tuesday.
That to there.
Yep.
Okay, I better put one in there actually. You reckon it'll take that out?
Yep.
Okay.
It's going to sweep the liquidity of these little ups and downs right here. It's going to take out that box on a Tuesday. We're going to have news. We're going to get triangles, and down we go.
Down. Okay.
That's how I'm looking at it. So,
there's an interest rate decision.
I'm waiting for it to break this last Tuesday bottom box to continue down.
This one here.
Yeah.
Okay, but you think it'll come up and take this Tuesday box out, and then come back down to take out this Tuesday box
and the one below it.
Okay, cool. Right now, NZD for the mutineers. It has. What are you laughing about?
It's funny.
The price is now pulled up, break. It's gone into, I think it'll take out this Tuesday box. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll do. Got this across. Boom. So that's start of the week. It has pushed up from there. I think it'll come across into this. What doing? Oh, no. I have to open that up to do this. Here we go. That's the Tuesday there. Start of the week, that has pushed. We've got this green happening, I think, and it's broken structure, broken Tuesday out. I think it'll do this box, potentially pull back down and then go back up again. I think we're on the move back up. And if you go to the, where is it in the daily? I think you can see it's come out the bottom here, done candles out, give us a green. We don't have a long yet, but I think that's not going to be far away. Thoughts? What do you reckon, Tom?
Well, yeah, because on the 2 hour, you can see here it's got the green arrow up. So go back to your 2 hour.
Yeah.
On the 2 hour, all I'm waiting for now is a pull back down.
Yeah.
Fail to break this little box right here. Give me a Tuesday.
I think it'll take out this Tuesday box here. The most recent Tuesday box, it'll take that out, I think. I think it'll push up to that. I think we'll have a little push up to that, take it and drop down Tuesday box, and then push back itself back up again.
Oh, see, I'm with you, but I think a little bit differently. That's all, because I'm looking for this Tuesday box to actually come down where your weekly order is, where your weekly open.
Yeah.
That's the candle that's going to start the box on Tuesday.
It could, but it'll probably.
And then it's going to push.
Okay.
And create the Tuesday box through it.
Yeah, and then go up.
and then take out the top of the box and just keep
Yeah,
going.
keep going. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I'm looking for is a longer term getting
Me
to.
too.
Well, geez, I don't know whether I'll be part of the mutineers or not. I'm not sure.
We're convincing you.
Shifting the perspective. Right, let's go Singapore, and we'll just do AUD and then I better move. I'll just move that over here. Ooh, be that one, and you can see where it opens. Like it just does this like woof woof, and then off it goes again. All right. So there's that Tuesday gap down in here.
Mm-hmm.
Prices had came down here. It doesn't mean it won't come back down here to make another Tuesday box.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a gap further down. I personally think we're in the sell now. I think we just pull up. See how it started to go red down in here. It depends on whether this comes up and breaks the high or not. If it doesn't, we've got lots of sell stuff happening. It's a bit of a weird currency pair, this one. Anyway, if you look at the daily, you can see, oh, how come we don't have oh, no, it's in the middle. Okay, well, yeah, well, Darren wouldn't touch this because it's here. Okay, I still think it's going to sell further. Yeah, we'll see. Oh yeah, that's on the daily. Let's go to the AUD USD. Mhm. There you go. You can see that non-farm payroll drop off, bang, straight down, right? And then now it's crawling its way back. It's just very similar to AUD CAD. And if you look at it from a remember our discussion of sideways movement, same damn thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was going to do is do this. Oop, 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 oop. There. Oop. Yeah, gotta have to. This goes slow. Look at that. Creates the low for the Euro tumbles. Okay. Yeah. We do this and we do a monthly price box. There we go. So that's the monthly from the low to high. And really for the last half of the month, it's just really gone sideways. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't got any yearly boxes on here yet. Maybe I should do that. Let me do that. We'll quickly do. Oops, 23. No, it's going to become a bit. Wow. Somewhere there. Okay, then it's going to be a bit. It's pretty rough. But we'll fix it up on the 2 hour. Right, so yearly again. If you look at this, and then you look at CAD, again, if you look at that, see where it's come out of there, went high, down to there, back, mid, change, went back up again. And you look at AUD USD.
You should lock those boxes.
Huh?
You should lock those boxes.
I don't want to lock them yet because I go down to the 2 hour.
Yeah.
Euro tumbles as Macron calls snap federal election. Right. So I'll go down to the 2 hour and then I'll get them a little bit closer on things. But if you look at it, ACAD and AUD USD did the same thing, pushed up there, pulled down to that near, around September, October, pull back up the start of the year, drop back down, and now it's pushing back up. All right. Similar. And you look at the month, that 1 month pushed up and went sideways. We'll go back to the 2 hour now. You can see, where is it there? You can see where the high of the year so far is. I think it's working its way back up there. The imbalance over that side. It's nowhere near the 786, which I think it will push up to. So ACAD and AUD USD, I'm on the buy bandwagon for a longer term trade at the moment. And we've got, on the 2 hour here, you can see there's a push up at the moment. What are your thoughts, Tom?
I mean, both scenarios are possible.
I
With all
know.
that news coming up, both
But
are
how's
possible.
this? This is the US news coming up.
Because if
Inflation
you look at
rates.
the sideways movement, it's been going sideways a long time.
Yeah. They had the interest rate decision, I think you did last week. They didn't do. Oh no, here we go. No, it is. It's on the 12th. Oh, it's on
In
the
2 days.
Tuesday to Wednesday. Yeah. But the forecast is that it will actually stay on hold. Which means potentially this will buy. Potentially. It's a bit like the AUD CAD, as you said. If I truly believe it will buy, then it's probably after the opening market that settles down, it might be worth getting into the trade for a buy with a stop loss down here. Okay. Well, that's me for the day, mate. I've got to get going. I'll see you tomorrow day. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Tom. And we'll look,
See
hang
you
on,
later.
let's look at what's this year. I just quickly, we'll look at your AD and see. Oh, yeah, look at it, drops off. Probably your USD is the one you look at. Yeah. Oh, look at the gap.
Oh my goodness, look at that gap.
Yeah, because
It's
he
got to
called
come
the
back to fill
election.
that gap.
Yeah, he called the election on the weekend, 22. That's not that much. That would have been close the market. That's open over here. Wow. That's a big deal. Oh, we'll see. Come back on Tuesday. Okay.
A lot of opportunities.
Yeah. Take it. All right, then.